Hello, how are you doing today, guys? Hopefully you're having a good day. There's something that we want to talk about today, and it's been kind of this big debate in the financial world, especially over the last 6 to 12 months, which is this debate whether or not you should be a trader or an investor. And there's a lot of conjecture on both sides. Some people are very bullish and some people are very bearish, and some people are very aggressive, some people are very passive, some people are very conservative, and some people are very liberal with the way they handle their money. And we're going to talk about that today because you're going to get conflicting reports. There's some people that used to be a little bit more conservative and now they're a bit more aggressive because of the way things have changed recently with the GME stock and now with AMC and Doge Coin, and then there's other people who are a little bit more conservative and looking at the long haul because of what's happened to general portfolios, dividend investing, and Bitcoin. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to see what might be right for you depending on when you are, because there's no one size fits all for anybody's financial future. There are different tools that you can use, and only you can really decide that, but we're going to discuss what those options are today. Before we get to that, you know what's coming. If you just take your fist and just punch the like button and then hit the subscribe button and then just give an uppercut to the notification bell. You might as well hit all of them at the same time. It takes like half a second just to help out the channel. What it actually does is helps the YouTube algorithm, the scary YouTube algorithm, let other people like you know about this video. So if you enjoy this video, then other people who are like you can find this video too, and they can learn the stuff that you're learning and be happy and smile and have a good day. Welcome to Wrestling with Finance. This is the financial channel that is about people who have wrestled with finance in the past and now want to learn how to do better with it in the future. And one of the hardest things to do when you're going and looking for information is because there's so much information, so many different things. One of the things that you're going to run into is people who have different ideas about how to invest or trade, and even the difference between trading and investing. The first thing you should really know is that trading and investing are not the same thing. Some people can get that confused right off the bat. Trading is more like your day trader, or people like, say, if you want to get on AMC right now and you go, okay, I'm going to put $1,000 into AMC and I'm going to hope that it gets up to a certain point in a week and then I'm going to sell it and take the profits. That is trading. Some people do it per day. They find the right stocks, they read all these charts and Fibonacci things and analysts and reading all these reports and everything else to find out what stocks to buy in large volume to get like a couple of percentage points increase so then they can cash out on it. That's a full-time job. Historically, only really 10% of the people who do it are actually profitable with it. A lot of people who do that and do margin calls and a lot of other things that they probably aren't expert in doing, especially for retail traders, wind up losing a lot of money. You never hear those stories. I wouldn't really suggest it if you're starting out. Now, it's sexy as hell to hear these stories. The Doge guy, he got, made $1 million, $2 million in 69 days selling, buying Doge Coin. And a couple of guys on the Wall Street bets, they became millionaires by doing what they did with GameStop and AMC and stuff like that. And those stories are very sexy and it's very attractive for you to go, I could do that one day. If only I would have done the same thing. So then you go looking for the next thing to do, and then you're trying to time it and try to find the right thing, and you're spending hours reading Reddit and stuff, and that can be beneficial to you. Don't get me wrong here. There's a lot of people who have been successful at doing that, but again, what we don't see is the tons of other people who were not successful at it who lost money. In fact, to be quite honest, I know a bunch of people who, they don't want to listen to me about what I talk about with investing because they don't care. That's long term. That's boring. I just want to go buy. Hey, look. See, I got Robinhood, and I put $300 in GameStop. I'm going to be a millionaire. I've literally had people at my job, people who are friends of mine, people who are family of mine, who have said stuff like this, and I'm just like, nah, bruh. And I think 99% of them lost money. One person I know actually made money doing that, and she made $40. Again, it's not to say that you can't do it, but the percentages, at that point, you're basically playing the lottery, so you might as well just go buy a scratch off if you're doing stuff like that and you don't know what you're doing. Now, if you do know what you're doing and you spent a good couple of months, and I say months, probably more, studying on how to analyze businesses, how to break down businesses, if you follow what Warren Buffett did, if you follow what some other people who are successful did as far as how to analyze businesses, then that's cool. And that's the benefit of trading versus investing. Trading, you can get in, it's basically quick money. You can get in, get a return, get out really quickly. You do have to pay a lot of taxes on that because you're not going to get the beneficial tax rate of holding on to investments for a long period of time. But if you're making $1 million, do you really care about that? No, probably not. So that's the benefit of trading. The big downside of trading is the fact that, yeah, you could lose a lot of money very quickly, especially if you don't know what you're doing. And even if you do know what you're doing, the margin of error is so small that you really have to be an expert and really on your game to be able to make short-term money in the amounts that we're talking about and the amounts that you're going to see from all of the articles and YouTube videos that are out there. What a lot of people don't know and they don't understand this is that the guys that are doing this stuff and the guys and girls who are doing this stuff, they're buying a bunch of stocks, they're taking a lot of money and buying a particular stock or a particular set of stocks and looking for small percentage changes, very small percentage changes, because it's an exponential growth thing. You all took math, I hope. I don't know if our education system today, but you know about how things multiply. If you invest a lot of money into something and it multiplies by each one of those, like say you multiply each one of those things that you do by 3, you're going to get a lot more of a return by having 10,000 of those things than having 10 of those things. Simple math. So that's what a lot of these people are banking on. But that is a very hard thing to do, and you have to have a lot of money or sacrifice a lot of money or gamble a lot of money in order to do that. Then there's the other side, which is the investment side and how to actually invest. An investment is what I do, is what I'm more into, is long-term investing and just saying, hey, look, I'm going to put a certain amount of money aside. I'm going to invest in these certain companies and certain things and asset classes, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's Ethereum, whether it is Doge Coin, which I do have some money in, of course, like everybody else does right now, or whether it's a REIT investment. I haven't gotten into real estate yet, but it is something that I've started looking into recently. Just across the board, any kind of investment, any kind of a thing, even this YouTube channel is an investment in some respect. That's a long-term thing. I'm not looking to get rich overnight. I'm looking to build wealth over time. So at a certain point in time, I don't really have to worry about it. And the downside of that, of course, is it takes time. In fact, if you're really just banking on taking a little bit of money and putting it in every single week, blah, 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 it could take you up. And I've covered this on the channel before. On the high end, on the low end, 10 years to be a short turnaround. And on the high end, maybe 20, 22 years. And some people don't want to wait that long. They want to YOLO. They want to live now. They don't want to wait 20 years until they're older to have all that money and be financially stable. They want to have it right now. So they will go in and gamble on a GameStop, gamble on a Doge Coin. They don't want to hear this whole long-term investment thing because that's not what they're into. The type of investments that we have now, this whole strategy, this is stuff that came out of the West. It's last 100 years. If you look at the charts and look at how the graphs have gone up, there hasn't really been a sustained period of time where the stock market has been down. A lot of people really worry about the stock market like that. And I'm like, if you look at the percentages, you look at the charts, you look at the averages of, especially in the last 100 years, especially the last 40 years, which we've been, kind of up. You had your little dips like the housing crisis, the savings and loan crisis, COVID, which happened recently, and then we bounced back from that within like a couple of months. Like if you got in the stock market in March of 2020, you almost could have bought anything and dumped like $100,000 in there at that time, or dumped $1,000 in there at that time. You probably will have made a probably 20-30% gain since that time period, because that's how much a recovery we've had in the market. Now, there's a lot of reasons for that. There's been a lot of money pumped in to the public. There's a lot of money printed. So a lot of people have a lot of money, stimulus checks, so on and so forth. And a lot of people also have been watching channels like this and videos like this and have learned about retail investing. They've gotten their Robinhood accounts, their Webull accounts, their M1 Finance accounts, whatever it is. They're buying cryptocurrency. There's people I didn't even think even knew anything about this stuff who were doing this stuff. So it's gotten out there, and a lot of retail investors are growing day by day, which again is why this is an investment in this channel to have a financial education channel talking about wrestling with finance. All that money pumped into the markets, all that money pumped into the stock market, all that money pumped into crypto is seeing us in a big boom period right now. It's not going to last forever, though. And that's one benefit that investing has over short-term trading, because right now you can get 100, 200, 300% returns. You can 10x your money. You can put $10 in AMC in the morning and get $60 at the end of the night per stock. You can do that right now. That's not going to last forever. And when that changes, because it will, because it always does, and just it's unsustainable to keep going like this, that at that point in time, you're going to have to go into investing. And investing long term, that's where you're going to see more of your stability. And those people who are investing instead of doing the trading, when this cycle ends, whether it's a year and a half, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, whenever it is, they're going to be the ones who are going to be more involved with it, while the traders, hopefully, if they've lost money, they're pretty much out of luck. And if they made money, they may lose it. The smart traders, though, they will take their profits and they will put it somewhere, and they will learn, hey, I can live for the rest of my life now and not have to work another day. The smart traders will do that. And ironically enough, one of the things I hear from the smart traders who make a bunch of money really quickly, and they hold and they hold and they get to a point where, like, okay, I'm not going to dip below this point. I'm going to hold and keep reinvesting in Doge or whatever it is, but at a certain point, I'm going to cash out. At that point, they're going to have to figure out what to do with their money, and they're not going to stuff it in a sock drawer. And that's when we're back to long-term investing. So it's like a catch-22. Is either one better or worse than the other one? No, not really. It depends, again, on what you have. If you're a person who has a lot of disposable income, if you just got an inheritance, or you won the lottery, or you happen upon $5,000, $10,000, you might want to, it's money you didn't have before. I would YOLO that and go and say, all right, I'm going to try AMC. I'm going to try Doge Coin. I'm going to try the next big cryptocurrency that people are talking about. I'm going to do my research first to find out what's about to be on the up. I'm going to read Wall Street Bets every single day and figure out what I'm going to do with that 10 grand to probably hopefully turn into 100 grand. I would do it if I was a person in that situation. If you're a person that's working and you're not getting this big windfall of money, I would probably go more the investing route and put your money, diversify your money, try to get dividends, split it up between growth stocks and dividend stocks. So if the growth stocks aren't growing, you're still getting the dividends from the companies that are established that are still pay dividends. And if the dividends aren't as much in a market like we have right now, where you're seeing a lot of growth, you're still getting the dividends, and some of the companies you have might be paying higher dividends. Funny enough, most recently, one of YouTube's most famous dividend investors, Andrei, Jikh, actually said that he was stopped doing dividend investing, and a lot of people jumped on it like, aha, see, even Andrei said that you should not do dividend investing. Well, he explained it in his video, which some people probably didn't watch before they made their videos or wrote their articles about it. But the reason Andrei stopped doing dividend investing is from what I said before. Before, he didn't have a job. He was just doing YouTube, and he was getting incremental money. But then YouTube blew up for him. He wound up making like over $1.5, $1.7 million in 1 year, which is kind of what I said before. If you get a big windfall of money, then you kind of don't want to do that anymore. You don't need to do the dividend investing thing. Now you can go invest in other things and he went into real estate and bought a house and other stuff, and that's going to happen again. But again, this is just my thoughts on the whole thing. You guys should always make decisions for yourself. I'm not your financial advisor, and so I'm not giving you financial advice. I am letting you know what's going on out there and what my opinions are on it. You may have a different opinion, and if so, let your voice be heard in the comment box below. You have to decide for yourself. Which kind of person are you? Are you a trader or are you an investor? Are you somebody who has a windfall of money, some extra $5,000 on the side that you want to go YOLO all into Doge Coin and hope that it doesn't drop to 0.0005 cents per coin again? Or are you a person who wants to be an investor, but then again, maybe you're a person who doesn't want to wait 20 years to get your $1.5 million. Let your voice be heard in the comment box below. Let me know which one you would like to do. Until then, if you want to get started on this journey, of course, there are some links down below. You can get some free stocks from Webull. Some people still like Robinhood. You can get some free stock, or one free stock from Robinhood by using my affiliate link down below. You can get 2 free stocks from Webull that could be each worth up to $1,850 if you're in a cryptocurrency. You got BlockFi and Celsius links down below, which you can earn high percentage on your cryptocurrency by using either one of them. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys next time with more opinions, news, and analysis here on Wrestling with Finance. Have a good day.